Okay, should have drank that before. Hello, hello, going live because it's easier. I just did a short video on moving to New Zealand, and that is going to be the topic of this live as well, because it's all fresh in my head. Um, I just want to talk about this. If you have questions as we progress, happy for you to post those. We'll answer any questions that you have. But just really want to talk about it. I really want to talk about your year of 2024 and are you going to make the move this year? Is it going to happen for you this year? As you know, I moved my family of six from the US to New Zealand, have been here since 2013. And I'm sure you're on here because you've seen my YouTube videos on just what it's like and talking about it. This time of year, I get so many requests and questions and people really considering going. And so I think that this live is timely. And just kind of wanted to get on here and answer any questions that people have. If you are watching this after the live, go ahead and post the questions. I'll make an extra effort to make sure I answer all of those questions this week because a lot of times when you're considering a move, it's the questions and the unknowns that you never get answered that keep you from even moving forward. And so that is what we're going to talk about today. And I think that that's the biggest hindrance for a lot of people is the fact that they can't get over the mindset, the questions in their mind, the concerns that they have about leaving family, what it's going to do to their kids, all of it. I get it. I've been there. I've been there. But I can also tell you that is the best decision I've ever made. And I've now helped others move to New Zealand, mainly Americans, for 3 years. For 3 years, I've done this. Oh, I should probably is this one plugged in? Oh, hopefully I'm using this mic so that you can hear me better, but if not, it's pretty quiet in here. So I'm in New Zealand summer. It is stunning here, you guys, and oh my gosh. I don't generally need to sell people on the benefits of New Zealand, but if you're unfamiliar, here's some really big differences of living in New Zealand compared to the US. Biggest difference for sure is work-life balance. Like, I think that people can make their own work-life balance. Like, I don't think you need to be in New Zealand to do that, but it is really helpful when your employers are on your side, when the kids' schools are on your side, when it's just part of the value system here, as opposed to the American one, which is quite opposite. And I just hosted some Americans. They were here for 10 days because that's all the time that they can get off. And that's just like, you can't even touch it. And they're frustrated, and I'm frustrated, and they can't just really even touch the country because it's so, um, there's so much to do. It's just a decision, you guys. Like, you don't need to buy the American lie that you have to work forever and you can't enjoy your life until you're retired. Like, so not true. There's so many countries and people around the world that are doing this, and this is their life. Like, if you move to a lot of countries in Europe, you even have better benefits. Like, to me, that's just like, oh my gosh, so basically the whole, like, most of the world is out there living a very balanced life, and the US is not. Um, it's very frustrating. So you have that. You have very low stress. It is so great when I don't have to. Is my chats on? Are you guys able to chat? Okay. Um, Low stress. Like, I can pick up my kids every day. I can say, I can't make it. I'm not feeling good. And there's just no stress. Everybody just like, oh, no worries. In fact, I would say New Zealanders are difficult in the fact that they um, really don't want you to be stressed. So, like, if you come into a situation and they sense that you're stressed, they're like, "Ooh, don't worry, we'll take care of it." Like, they don't even want you to be stressed. It's like, what world do we live in? It's so great. I can just give you so many examples. I should probably do that. I could probably just tell you story after story after story. So no stress. Let me just finish what I'm saying. So work-life balance, no stress. I'm telling you, as an American, the healthcare is free. Obviously we pay for it in taxes, like whatever, but the fact that it's available to everybody at an equal form is amazing. You can also get insurance so that you can kind of work with special and insurance, like, honestly, you guys, I have a family of 6, and when I tell other Americans that I pay $75 a month, they, like, fall off their chair. In the US, I was paying hundreds, and I don't even get anything. I still have to pay all the co-pays. Oh, I mean, don't even get me started. The healthcare, it's a big one. Obviously, it's an expensive place to live, but honestly, the food prices were more in the US, in the Midwest where I was. Um, the housing is more expensive here. Um, Petrol is more expensive in New Zealand, but, like, I mean, you guys, like, if you're not paying, like, $600 for health insurance every month, it's like oh, nice, yeah. New Zealand sounds like a fairy tale, and, like and I do mean to talk about it like that because it is. I could just give you so many even, like, so my friends were from the Midwest that came in, they're like, "What is this place?" It's like when people first see it, they're like, "What? Are you kidding me?" People are so nice, like, the vibe is so different, and they're just like, it's so great. I'm not overselling it. I'm telling you, like, you won't regret it. It obviously has its downsides. I've made videos on this because it's important. And yeah, guys, seriously, this place. So we're in summer. I've been traveling. I'm traveling again next week to the South Island, going to Christchurch, doing some backpacking, tramping. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Like, it's just so beautiful this time of year. And I don't know, it just makes you happy. It's just easy. I read something today of a guy that lives here and now has moved back to the UK. And he's just like, it's just easier. And that's just the way he said it. I'm like, yes, that's what it is. It's just easier. Like, you get so many great things. It's just easier. I want to talk about coming here. And if you are considering coming here, if you're even in the consideration stage, you should reach out to me because it's so interesting because I've helped so many people move here, but, like, it's that 90% are talking to me in that consideration stage because it's just hard to get over the mindset and thinking, like, "Do I really wanna do this? Does this make sense for me?" It's so go ahead and reach out to me. I highly, 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 highly recommend, and I don't normally do selling, but I don't have a problem with it because what I'm providing is unbelievable. I just really believe in my offers. I have a Dare to Move membership, and I just want to talk about that a little bit because there's always a little bit of confusion about it, and I actually don't talk about it enough. And I'm like, I get so many people that spend the money for a one-on-one, which is a lot more. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you would have just gotten all of this in my membership. So I just want to be clear. You could definitely do a one-on-one with me, but just know that in the membership, I've created it as a membership as opposed to a course because it keeps the price really low. You can come in and out of it as you need because moving to New Zealand, this is not an easy thing. This is not a simple process. This is not, there's a lot involved. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of change. And so a membership was kind of ideal because you could, I could help you and you didn't have to pay like $1,000 for a course and then you didn't end up moving here. Like, I'm only thinking of you. I'm telling you, like, I've designed it perfectly, I think. It's $39 a month. You can sign up and leave whenever you want. What I have in it, what you will get from it is this, is I have like 50 trainings it's broken up into 3 sections. Considering the move, oh my gosh, now you're moving and now you're here and like what you need to know because it's kind of 3 different stages that you kind of go through. So all of that is in there. You can watch them in the stages, you can watch them all at once. I try to create things with no rules around it. There's no obligations. I'm not making you stay in the membership for 3 months like a lot of people do. No, we're not playing games like that. Like, I'm not playing games. I literally have created something that I feel I would have loved. That's all it is. I created something that would have been nice. And so what you get in it is you get live Q&As with me every month. You get a community with other people that are moving there, okay, going through the same thing as you. So you get to meet people before you even come. And then you get the training videos. Now, a couple updates for 2024 is as immigration rules have changed, it's becoming way more difficult. And now to get in, you have to get a job with an accredited employer. And it's just getting a lot more complicated. Like, there isn't like, this is your pathway. And so I've teamed up with the largest and best, in my opinion, immigration company this year. And so we're going to be collaborating together. So if you're in my membership, you know, I'm going to have them on my Q&As. We're going to do webinars. Then we can talk about all of the questions like the taxes and the finances. And as you get into the nitty gritty and all of that, and I talk all about that on my Q&As. I know it. I live here. I understand. I know I can tell you exactly what to do. In the membership, one of the biggest benefits are the resources. I give you all the resources that you could possibly need. Like, do you need to find a house? And, just all of the little stupid details that you have to, so you don't have to worry about figuring it out. You don't have to go in, you can go figure it out, but for $39 and someone just like synthesizes it all for you, jeez. Not good. So yeah. So I've teamed up with them. That's going to be good. We're kind of defining the relationship still, but we've had lots of talks in November and December, and it's great. I really wanted to work with somebody that what I like about it is they're full comprehensive. So because I can talk to you about the idea, but then it doesn't matter if you really want to come if you can't get the visa, right? So that's a very big piece. So let's see if this makes sense for you. This is your process. Let's see if this makes sense for you. Then you're going to go and find out what visa works for you. And if there is one, then they work with all the accredited employers for you to get a job. So it's like a very easy pathway for that. Helps you get a job. And then you kind of they also have like relocation services. It's full package. But also I'm with you that whole time, and like you can use their services, or I can suggest some things, or maybe we just work together if it's quite simple. Because some people are just, maybe they're just single. It's just like pretty easy move. And there's other ones that are like, it's just a little bit more straightforward, and so it's like that. And so this is why they wanted to team up with me, was because they're having a lot more, they get a lot from the UK, is what they mostly serve, like people from Europe, but they're getting so much more for Americans. And they're coming for different reasons. They have different questions. Obviously, because you're an American, you have to pay taxes no matter where you live and work in the world. And so there's just like that whole issue. And so teaming up with me really makes sense, because I can understand where you're coming from and just provide better support for them when they're coming here. And so that's going to kind of be my role with them. And maybe putting some webinars on in the US for you guys. When I go there, I'm there every year. We go there, we plan webinars, one face-to-face, like let's talk face-to-face and get this stuff sorted for you. So, and an active there are investor visas. There's like the level 1 and the level 2 visa. And then there's like a different visa. That's if you have a lot of money. So I've had a couple investor visa clients, and that has been good. I think the level 2 is the cheapest. I think you need 3 million to come in. So that's an option, and that's easy. Like if you're going to have the money, they'll let you in, kind of concept. So yeah, it's not an easy move from the US to New Zealand. They don't make it's not an easy one. Like from other countries, it's a little bit easier. Obviously from Australia, any of the Commonwealth is easier, Canada, whatever. And so this is why. And this is why we kind of work together and do that. So I'm very excited about that. I just wanted to be clear about what this membership is, because so many people, like a lot of people are on my website. Everybody's trying to figure it out. So I just thought I'd put this on there so that we're clear. Or you could do one-on-one with me. These are really kind of my two main products. And then I have like CV writing services, interview writing services, if that's helpful to you. And they're not expensive. Like nothing's expensive. I just want it to be helpful. And that's where my heart is with it. So yeah, so anytime that you have questions, go ahead and ask questions. And definitely follow me on different social medias, because I will be posting lots of pictures of going to the South Island. And I just went to the North Island, and I did like Tarawera area in Rotorua. I did Coromandel area. You guys, seriously, what is this place? It's like so amazing. So yeah, let me know if you have questions. I I just don't want you to live a life of regret. I don't want you to be like, "I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have tried it." I have had clients, this is true. I have had clients that moved here, didn't like it, moved back. Just note, though, that I told them to not move because I could tell that wasn't for them. It's not for everybody. It's not the end all be all for every single person, but, she was very thankful. I just got a really, really nice email recently from her, like, "I'm just really glad that I did it," because you just kinda have to know. Sometimes part of regret, the no is just as important as the yes, right? Learning that it's not for you is just as important. So yeah, so that's good. Like, let's I just don't like, I don't know what you think about the whole process of, like, "I'm gonna work and then retire at 65 and then start my life." No, no, no. You might not make it till tomorrow. So let's start your process today. I'm here to help. It's gonna be good, and I'm excited for 2024. I have a lot going on, that I'll be sharing as I go, but I just think that this is such a great place. Okay, so sorry, I just got a question. Okay, my entire family, parents, siblings, children, 16 in total, want to relocate out of the US into New Zealand. Awesome. It's really great if your family follows you. Our family has not followed us, and that's hard. Holidays are hard, things are hard. Like, I'll just be real with you. Um, but, it's and that's okay. Like, I'm not mad about it because obviously it's the other side of the world, and I can't be mad that you choose a life that you wanna live, and I'm not gonna be mad, and you can't be mad at me for choosing the life that I wanna live, right? So, like, you have to live your life, like, you can't live other people's expectations, okay? But yeah, so it's great if your whole family moves. My advice to you would be if, get the person that's the easiest route to get here first, and then it's much easier to bring all the rest. So, whoever has the job or the experience and that will give you the faster track, that'll be the best way. My website is kiwiamericans.com. In the link of the description are kind of all the products I've been talking about. Um, I gotta say, oh, nice. I'm glad that my content is helpful. It's funny because I think I have more New Zealanders following me than Kiwis or Americans because they're just curious about it. They're curious about what I think about their country, and that's so funny to me, and I love it. Uh, yeah, so, like, once you come in and you are a resident here, and there's different like, it's just complicated. I wish I could speak to it simple. But once they're there and it's much easier to bring the family in because you're already in, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, well," like that is what I'm saying. It's not sponsored, it's not the word that they use here. Um, no, you don't need citizenship to do that. You just need permanent residency, I think is the best. But there's now different levels of permanent residency. It's like there's on the road to permanent resident, there's immediate permanent residency. This is what I'm saying. So this is why I've had to team up with somebody because I used to be able to just share my experience and then people would just follow that. And you could just get everything that you need from the New Zealand immigration website. You wouldn't need anything else. Also, government has changed, and I expect immigration to change. And so, also being in the membership is helpful for that because I will give you all the updates on that as well. But also, just being in communication with the immigration company as well. Hello, hello, Ethan. How are you? Um, as you can, yeah, you don't need citizenship first. I'm Honestly, it has keeps changing so much that I can't keep up on it, and I don't wanna give you wrong advice, and so the process here is come to me, I can give you the link to if you're in the membership, the link's all in there, to the immigration company. They get you sorted with the visa that makes sense because, unfortunately, there's, some immigration companies that, will bring you in knowing that you're not gonna be able to stay, and that's lame, right? Like, that's unethical, right, in my opinion. So these people set you up on the best pathway, and if they think that it's not gonna work, like if you're, basically, if you're under 40, it's better. If you're too old or, your situation just isn't gonna work, like, they'll tell you that, like, we don't wanna waste time, like, if it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work, and then, like, okay, well, maybe Australia. So now this company also helps people move to Australia, they also help to study abroad. Also, if you guys are doing a working holiday visa, that's a great option, and I've helped lots of people with that, so yes, awesome, Anthony, sounds good. Hello, Travis in Florida. Yeah, so anyway, I unfortunately have to get back to work, which I keep avoiding, which I'd much rather be talking with you the whole time. But I better be a responsible adult. But I hope that was helpful. Hopefully that clarified a lot of things. I think that the membership is for everybody at whatever stage. You just kind of get in, and then if you're like, oh, this isn't because I have so many they change their mind, a death happens in the family, and now they have to stay, or they've come to visit and decided that it's not for them. Like there's everything, and so just do that. If you're in Wellington, though, you better let me know. If you get the 5-year working visa, when it expires, do you have to leave the country? That's the question. No. So you know that you have the 5 years, and if you want to then become permanent resident, you would start that process probably in year 4 and get that sorted so that you wouldn't have to leave. They're not they're strict here, but they're not unreasonable here, and that's a really noticeable difference. Yeah, so that can all get worked out, and that's what's great about a comprehensive service. So anyway, you guys have a great weekend it's Friday here, so we're going into the weekend, and I will talk soon. Reach out, comment below any questions you have. I'm here to help. See ya.